Besides the war in Eastern Europe or the protracted conflict between Israel and Palestine, along with some other unrest, the situation in Northeast Asia is also a concern for the entire world due to the relationship between the two countries on the Korean Peninsula. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea or North Korea and South Korea, which are always in a state of tension and have escalated recently due to the North Korea's missile development program. Unlike the present, these two countries on the Korean Peninsula used to belong to a united entity. This place is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, appearing about 3,000 years ago. After the fall of ancient Korea, the peninsula was successively ruled by three ancient kingdoms, Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla. In the 13th century, Korea was invaded by the Mongol Empire. In the following centuries, Korea maintained a close alliance with feudal dynasties in China while retaining its own identity. Korean culture reached its peak in the 15th century under King Sejong of Joseon. However, after that, the country quickly fell into stagnation and declined in the following period, and by the end of the 19th century, it was eyed by Western countries. In 1910, Korea was annexed by the Empire of Japan and became a colony. When World War II ended, Japan surrendered, and the peninsula was liberated by the Allies. However, US and Soviet forces could not agree on a joint trusteeship for this area. In the end, they established governments loyal to their ideologies, leading to the Korean War from 1950 to 1953. Afterwards, the peninsula was permanently divided into the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in the north and South Korea in the south. Unlike South Korea, an open country that integrates with the outside, North Korea is the most secluded and mysterious country in the world. To this day, the daily life of the North Korean people has always attracted the attention of the international community. What we know about North Korea is that this country is very different from South Korea. However, as society continues to develop with the emergence of more media channels, more and more events taking place inside North Korea are being revealed. Let's go through some interesting and little-known facts about North Korea. As of 2020 census, North Korea has a population of nearly 25,800,000 people. North Korea has an area of over 219,000 square kilometers, occupying 55% of the Korean Peninsula. Besides South Korea, North Korea shares borders with China and Russia. The North and South are separated by a demilitarized zone approximately 240 kilometers long along the 38th parallel. Here there is a joint security area nicknamed the scariest place in the world. Soldiers from both countries are always on guard, facing each other, with guns ready to fire when needed. There are many tunnels between the two Koreas. So far, 4 tunnels leading from North Korea to South Korea have been found along the 38th parallel. Experts believe that there are more than 20 such tunnels, allowing at least 30,000 North Korean soldiers to infiltrate the neighboring country quickly. On July 10, 1948, the flag of North Korea was introduced. It was right after the proclamation of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. There are 3 colors on the flag: red, blue, and white. It has a 1:2 ratio from width to length. The flag consists of 2 blue horizontal stripes separated by a white-red stripe with thinner white stripes. Towards the center is a white disc with a red star. The red star and stripes symbolize the country's communist commitment, while the blue is a peace commitment. The white areas stand for dignity, strength, and purity. Contrary to common belief, North Korea does not run a communist system, although it's believed that they follow the Marxism-Leninism doctrine. The ideology of communism was abolished in the 1950s. Since then, North Korea has been practicing the Choose idea, a continuation of the teaching of Marx and Lenin. The connotation of the Choose idea is autonomy, self-reliance, and independence. It is an adoption of socialist self-reliance. Over time, the mention of communism started getting wiped from the Constitution of North Korea, and in 2009, it eventually disappeared altogether. People in North Korea are convinced that there is only one Korea. One of the most interesting North Korea facts in this list is that North Koreans believe that their country is a single country. Yes, they removed South Korea out of the picture. If you will take a map of the world, you will see both South Korea and North Korea. However, North Koreans have a different belief in that. All the maps in schools show a united country with Pyongyang as the capital. North Korea has a very unique form of ruling. Necrocracy is a government that still follows the rules of a former and dead leader. This is because Kim Il-sung was declared as the eternal leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. This just means that all the incumbent leaders of the country will only bear the supreme leader title, but the eternal leader will always and forever be Kim Il-sung. The supreme leader will be the chairman of the Workers' Party and the army's supreme commander. However, he will not hold the country's presidential status. Probably one of the craziest North Korea facts in this list is that North Koreans cannot be named after their leaders. If someone is already named as that of the leader before the accession of power, the name must be urgently changed. They say that your hairstyle will say so much about your personality and how you view the world. It's a statement for many. But in North Korea, the people only have limited choices, and it must be from the 28 approved styles to be exact. Married women are given more options compared to unmarried ones. Unmarried women are only allowed to have short hair. For the men, older ones can have at least 7 cm hair length, while the younger ones should be less than 4 cm. Regarding clothing, North Koreans are forbidden to wear blue jeans as they are considered a symbol of imperialism. This rule also applies to tourists visiting the memorials of the country's founder Kim Il-sung and former leader Kim Jong-il. Due to the lack of hot water supply at home, North Koreans usually visit public bathhouses. In addition, their houses do not have heating systems, and they are forced to use firewood for warmth in winter. Although it's hard to believe, most North Koreans are unaware of the existence of condoms. It is very difficult to buy this item in North Korea as there is no demand for it. Furthermore, sanitary pads are never found in stores. Women here still use cloth pads for their red light days. Apart from having limited channels, all kinds of legal television shows are tuned into domestic programming. This means that the state controls what's being shown on screens. Also, the internet does exist, but it has a closed domestic network. Many North Koreans do not know anything about the events happening in the world. They would have information only if they smuggle outside the country. Apart from that, they only have first-hand access to the propaganda they are fed daily. North Koreans also have very limited choices of where to live. Even if they want to live in the capital Pyongyang, this is not easy. The capital is only for healthy, loyal, and reliable citizens. According to the World Freedom Index in 2020, North Korea is at the bottom of this ranking. Rice is a staple crop. Just like South Koreans, kimchi and rice are also eaten a lot in North Korea. In traditional meals, they also include noodles, bulgogi, and juk. They are also known for their traditional alcohol, or spirit called soju. If you happen to visit the country, you should not miss their cold noodles called nammyeon. The greatest health threat in North Korea is hunger. North Korea is 80% covered with uplands and mountains. So when heavy rains or drought hits, food shortage is also widely spread. This is because the limited amount of their agricultural land is affected. Therefore, when the weather conditions are unfavorable, the shortage of food quickly becomes severe and spreads to many areas. In 1990s, 2.5 million North Koreans died from famine, equivalent to 1/10 of the current population. According to Facts.net, laborers in North Korea currently have an average income of $5 per month. Therefore, they struggle to provide daily meals. According to a report by the United Nations World Food Programme, 10 million people living in North Korea are malnourished. However, overall, the quality of life for North Koreans is gradually improving. They have access to DVDs, mobile phones, and other electronic devices, which were unknown to them before. They can also go to entertainment places like water parks, cinemas, and amusement parks. North Korea does not oblige its people to pay taxes. North Korea is only one of the few places where residents do not have to shell out anything for taxes. In 1974, taxation was completely abolished. However, individuals and organizations who are making money outside of North Korea are still obligated to pay. There's talk that this might change very soon, as the government is already planning to reintroduce the concept of income tax to their people. Healthcare is free in North Korea. Reports say that the government in North Korea pays for its citizens' healthcare. Recently, the country has suffered a severe shortage of medical equipment and medicine. In most of the hospitals, there are still unused cutting-edge equipment because the doctors and nurses do not know how to man and use it. Military service is mandatory for men and women in North Korea. While there are also countries that have rules of obligatory military service, it's not as lengthy as North Korea's. Before the recent changes, males aged 18 and up must serve 13 years in the military. It was only after 2003 that the term was reduced to only 10 years. Women got in the loop of mandatory military service too. In 2015, the government released a memo that after North Korean women graduate high school, they must enter the military until they're 23. No exceptions whatsoever for this ruling. With that, they have at least 6 million paramilitary personnel and 1 million active militaries on duty. North Korea doesn't celebrate Christmas. In North Korea, Christmas is not a holiday. On December 24th every year, the people of this country celebrate the birthday of Kim Il-sung's mother. In addition, Valentine's Day is also not a special holiday in North Korea. Furthermore, if anyone has a birthday falling on December 17th or July 8th, they will not be able to host a celebration party because these are the memorial days of former leader Kim Il-sung and founder Kim Il-sung. Opium and roller skating are very popular in North Korea. The use of illicit substances in North Korea is quite common and unregulated. Marijuana plants can be found everywhere, and smugglers have brought them to neighboring countries to profit. According to reports, at least 30% of North Koreans abuse stimulants. A photographer from National Geographic once revealed that roller skating is a popular activity in North Korea. In the capital Pyongyang, there are many playgrounds for this sport. Even in smaller cities and provinces, roller skating is something that locals enjoy. Bicycles have license plates. In North Korea, when you buy a bicycle, you need to register for a license plate just like a car. Owning four-wheel vehicles in North Korea is almost impossible due to their high price. Only the wealthy and powerful can afford them. Tourists need to register for guided tours as the places that can be visited are restricted. North Korea has a total of 9 provinces, 28 cities, and several economic special zones. However, currently only 15 cities are open to foreign visitors and tourists. Among these is the town of Rason, located in northeastern North Korea, where tourists can freely take photos, interact, and explore. Tourists cannot use Chinese yuan as a form of payment when purchasing goods at local shops. They can use South Korean won, US dollars, or euros. Tourists may encounter difficulties when conversing with local residents. While you will not be imprisoned for this, you will likely have to meet with local authorities and explain yourself. On the contrary, if foreign visitors initiate conversations or take photos with North Korean citizens, they will run away. Furthermore, both domestic and international travel for North Koreans is tightly controlled. They cannot visit any place without permission, even to visit family or friends in other localities. North Korea used to have its own time zone. On August 15, 2015, North Korea adopted its very own concept of time. Theirs have shifted at least 30 minutes apart from any country or place in the world. Pyongyang and the rest of North Korea are set as GMT plus 8:30. According to sources, this was the time that the nation was using before the Japanese colonization during the 20th century. On April 2018, Kim Jong-un decided that North Korea would return to GMT plus 9, same as South Korea. This movement was seen as a step taken to unify both nations. This change was officially implemented on 4th May 2018. North Korea is rich in mineral resources. Despite being one of the poorest countries in the world, North Korea is actually resource-rich, with deposits of ores, iron, copper, lead, silver, phosphate rock, and gold. However, a significant portion of these resources is used for the development of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles. China is the main trading partner. At least 60% of North Korea's goods, such as minerals, textiles, agricultural products, and seafood, are exported to China, with seafood accounting for 1/4 of the total. North Korea is also currently one of the world's leading exporters of seafood. North Korea's first missile program was developed with assistance from the Soviet Union. In the 1980s, the Soviet Union helped North Korea develop its first missile program. This missile was named Taebodong-2 and had a minimum range of 6,600 kilometers. And that has wrapped up our program today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.